All right, welcome, YouTube friends. We are getting started. Here, we're just going to open up the channels on both the Facebook page and, of course, through Instagram. So I'll get all that going. There we go. All right, we're now live on YouTube. We are live on Instagram. And in about 30 seconds, we should be live right here on Facebook as well. And we are. Perfect. Okay, great stuff. Okay, I am delighted to be back with you. We are just about a minute away from the top of the hour for this particular session that we'll be delivering to you this week. And I want to welcome you. We had a little challenge before we started today, and I'd like to use that as an example, as a lesson that we can all learn from. And what happened was, as we love to do when we're going live on social media, is we love to go live on platforms such as YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook at the same time. And what happened was I had opened up my one computer. I have two computers in front of me right now, and my phone hooked up to a device, or not a device, but a holder here on the side of my desk. And so I opened up the screen for Facebook. And what happened was something started flashing. I actually made a little video and sent it to Jen, and it was simply malfunctioning. And then within a matter of minutes, it said, "You're blocked out of your account." So I don't know what's happening. It looks like they're having a little glitch right now. But then I remembered there was another way. And the other way to connect to Facebook is to use Zoom. So I opened up my Zoom account and I was able to connect to Facebook via Zoom. And then Jen, who works with me, Jen said, well, I can easily share in the other groups on Facebook once you go live through Zoom to your Facebook account. So what's the moral of the story? The moral of the story is there's always a way when you're committed. And we're committed to you. We're committed to serve you. We're committed to share with you, to guide you, to offer ideas that can contribute to your life and help you in any way that you can. And so we take our responsibility to serve very seriously. And even though a temporary situation may come up, as it did with this so-called block on Facebook, we are able to get past it. And I want you to understand that that's what life is like. And what happens with a lot of people is that they're pursuing their dreams or they're pursuing their goals. And while they're in pursuit of their goals, they're not seeing the clear or the exact way to get there. Or what can also happen is that they can experience temporary defeat or what may appear to be a block. Now, what do most people do? Most people just back it up and say, oh, I guess it's not meant to be. And maybe today I need to do something else or reschedule or whatever. And it's easy. It's very easy to retreat. It's very easy to pack up your tent, if you will. And I just want you to know that that's not the way successful people operate. Successful people just see these temporary situations as just that. It's a temporary situation. And there's always a way when you're committed, always a way. Now, the solution may not be something that just appears to you like that. The solution may be something that comes to you a little bit later. But nonetheless, there are always solutions. There's always a way when you stay committed to your outcomes. Now, we're just talking about putting on a live, free 30-minute event here on social media. But nonetheless, the truth is the same. And the truth is this: when you're looking to do something or accomplish something, not always, but sometimes things happen or occur that are simply out of your control. Now, are we able to control what's going on with Facebook in this moment where they're having this flashing thing go on with this feature of going live? No, we have no control over that whatsoever. And so you have to understand that there's certain things that you do have control over, and there's certain things that you don't have control over. Some things that you don't have control over are the weather. Like, we have no control over that, and we should certainly not allow the weather to impact us in any negative way. Whether it's a rainy day or a cloudy day or a miserable day. It is what it is. But here's what you do have control over. You have control over your thinking, and you have control over your feelings. You have a control over what you're allowing to go into your conscious mind, whether you're going to accept it or reject it. And as simple as that may sound, not everybody really understands that. And they're certainly not living that way as well. All right, it looks like Vladdy's here. Thank you. Vladdy says, we're grateful that you're here. Jen is here as well. Always grateful to be here with you. Put on my reading glasses so I can see who's here. Oh, wonderful. We have some familiar looking faces that have joined us today. Today, I want to talk about gratitude and a distinction between conditional gratitude and unconditional gratitude and how that impacts you and your life. Okay? Specifically, your goals, the things that you would love to have manifest in your life. So let's first talk about conditional gratitude. Conditional gratitude is an emotion where you put a condition on feeling grateful. So that would be something like this. When you have the money, then you're going to be grateful for the money. Or when you're in the wonderful relationship, you will be grateful for the wonderful relationship. Or when you have the dream home, you're going to be grateful for the dream home. That's called conditional gratitude. It's a very low level of energy. Now, granted, being grateful is a wonderful energy to be in. It's a beautiful energy to be in. It's a very positive and a progressive energy to be in. But I really want to bring your attention to a very effective methodology, a very effective way that you, and anyone can do this, can attract more diligently and in a more focused way. And that's with unconditional gratitude. Unconditional gratitude. So it works like this. Whatever it is, whatever it is that you desire to have, to do, to be, or to experience in your life, when you imagine, thank you very much, very kind of you, when you imagine that it is in your life now, and you genuinely feel that feeling of gratitude, you are in an unconditional state of gratitude. And when you're feeling unconditional gratitude, which I recommend that everyone get into a practice of feeling unconditional gratitude on a regular basis. And I'm going to simplify this for you so you can understand how to apply it. Okay? But when you choose to feel that gratitude, even when there's no evidence of it in sight, even when the results in your life are not reflective of what it is that you desire. However, you're feeling as if those results are in your life and you're genuinely feeling the gratitude for it, you are expressing unconditional gratitude. And when you are expressing unconditional gratitude, you are in a very high vibrational state. You're expressing an energy on a frequency that will attract to you what you desire. So let's do an example right now, okay? I want you all to play along with me, to be sincere about what I'm going to suggest. So the first thing I'm going to suggest is I would love for all of you to think about something, one thing, just one thing that you would love to have occur in your life. Either it's a manifestation, it's a goal, it's a desire, whatever it is, I want you to choose one thing, all right? And it could be, something as simple as perfect health. It could be something like success in your business, if you are in business for yourself. It could be something like you have accomplished a particular goal. Maybe you're looking to do something, get on the New York Times bestseller list, as an example. Maybe you're looking to earn a particular income or to have a certain amount of financial freedom in your life. Whatever it is, choose something and ensure that it's something specific. So for example, something unspecific would be that you have more money. That's not specific. See, the universe loves it when you're being specific. So how much more would you love to have in your life? What kind of home would you love to have in your life? What kind of relationship would you love to be enjoying in your life? What kind of health would you love? 100% perfectly healthy? Of course. And you can literally choose anything that you would desire. All right, so do you have that in mind right now? Do you have it in mind of what you would love to experience or have or do or be? Do you have it? Just type in yes in the little chat section of whatever platform you happen to have on. Okay, I'm going to be looking for some yes answers. Yes. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Okay, so when you have, thank you, when you have that idea of what it is in your mind, I now want you to imagine that it's here right now and that you're feeling that sense of gratitude. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy and grateful. So on my desk here, I have a laminated sheet of paper. And on this laminated sheet of paper, I have a financial goal for myself. And so this is a goal that I am feeling the gratitude for right now. I'm imagining it's in my life. I'm relaxed in the knowing that it's here. And I'm feeling that sense of thank you, universe, because the universe is ready to partner with you. The universe is ready to give you whatever it is that you desire. You have to ask for it and you expect that it will occur in your life. And when it does, how would you be feeling? You would be feeling grateful, right? You'd be feeling that gratitude. You'd be feeling it in your heart. So feel it now, like genuinely feel it now. Okay, are you doing it? Excellent. Okay, what you just did was you connected to an emotion that's within everyone. We all have access to this. We didn't have to go buy it at a store or pick it up somewhere or have it delivered. It is within. Unconditional gratitude is an emotion that's within everyone. So all I'm doing is making suggestions and saying some things that's leading you to focus on an idea. And by feeling it, emotionalizing it, you bring it into your heart. And when you feel it as you're thinking it, you are now attracting it into your life. And you realize this is the most effective way to manifest anything and everything. Unconditional gratitude. You're not putting a condition on it. You're not saying that it has to occur in a certain way. You're not telling the universe the steps to get you there. You're simply feeling the gratitude of knowing that your goal, is already done. It's already done. It's here in your life right now. This is the way to manifest. This is the way you manifest your every desire. Unconditional gratitude. I remember many, many years ago, my mother came with me to one of my seminars. She'd never been to one of my seminars before. She'd been to a book launch party here and there, and she was familiar with what I was doing. And she asked me if she could attend one of my goal achievement events. And it was a live event, and I was delivering it in Toronto. And my mother used to live north of Toronto. She's passed on. She passed away in 2008, so approximately 14 years ago. She passed away. So this was before that, probably in around 2005, maybe somewhere in that neighborhood. And so I had a meeting room booked at a hotel downtown Toronto, and my mother came along. And she was going to help with registration and do a couple of other things. I had someone else there for that, but she said, I'll help as well. And so my mom sort of hung out in the back of the room while I was teaching. And I delivered a full day event. And when we got back to her place, I was staying with my mom overnight rather than staying in a hotel. I stayed with her. And when we got back to her home, we're sitting at the kitchen table. And I asked her, I said, Mom, did you write down any goals today? And she said, yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. And I was pleasantly surprised to see that she did that because, my mom wasn't really into these materials, and she had gone through a lot of struggle in her life, and she felt it was too late for her to change. And I was constantly inviting her to, make some positive changes in her life. But it's like that expression, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink. And so I was pleasantly surprised that my mother did write out a series of goals. And so I asked her, I said, would you mind sharing them with me? And she said, no, not at all. And so she pulled out her workbook and she read off her list of goals, which were beautiful. And my mom was very much a giving kind of person. And so a lot of the goals that she had for herself were goals about what she was going to do for her family. And I was the youngest of four. So my mother gave birth to four children and had, I don't know how many grandchildren at that point, but several grandchildren as well. So my mom had written out goals of things that she would love and things that she would love for her family, things she would like to do and give for her grandchildren. And she has some beautiful goals written. And at the bottom of the page, she wrote this: and when all this happens, I will be grateful. You see, that's conditional gratitude. And I explained to her, I said, Mom, I love that you're focused on gratitude, but the way to manifest is to feel the gratitude now. And she said, well, these things haven't occurred yet. And I said, I understand that. But in order for you to manifest them, to attract them into your life, you must feel it now. You feel the gratitude. So I said to her, what would it feel like knowing that you've already done all these things? She stopped for a moment and she was willing to play along with me. And she said, well, it'll feel great. I said, great. That's why I suggest that you write down in your statements that you're grateful for these particular accomplishments. You see, that is unconditional gratitude. And I just want to make sure that you're practicing that every day. So how can you practice unconditional gratitude every single day? Well, there are a variety of ways. So I'm going to share with you a variety of ways. And of course, all of these suggestions are assuming you already know what you want. It's important to know what you want, what you would love. Okay? What would you love? It's important that you understand that. So once you've determined what you would love, then you must then understand that feeling grateful for it is the process of manifesting. You're creating the alignment. You're creating the attraction. You're using the law of vibration, because the law of vibration is based on the energy that you are expressing. And the law of attraction is a subsidiary law to the law of vibration. So law of attraction means you're going to attract based on how you're feeling, but the law of vibration means you're feeling it, right? Like you've got the ability to do it, but are you doing it? There's a difference, big difference, wide difference, actually. And so when you're actually feeling that sense of the gratitude of knowing that your desire is already here, you're in an unconditional gratitude. So how do you do that? Well, the first thing you do is when you wake up in the morning is to begin at once to feel the gratitude for that goal or goals, multiple goals, many goals if you wish. And a practice to do that is to simply grab a simple journal. It could be like a little loose leaf paper or something like this, a little book. And you write out, what are you grateful for in your life? And you just take your pen and you just write down, I am so happy and so grateful for this. And you write out the statements, these gratitude statements, as if they've already occurred in your life. As if they've already occurred in your life. And if there are things in your life that you already have that you're really grateful for, write those things out too. You see, feeling that sense of gratitude is such a powerful emotion, as I mentioned earlier in this call. So there's one way. Another way of feeling the gratitude is by simply visualizing. Like when you first wake up, you're still in a sleepy state, right? One of the things that I do is I meditate at that time. And when I'm doing my meditation, I am feeling that sense of gratitude for my desires, knowing that they're already there. So it's a practice that I've wrapped up into my meditation. So I'm feeling, while I'm doing my meditation, this unconditional gratitude. So that's another methodology for feeling the gratitude. Now, why I'm suggesting these techniques is because the more dominant your unconditional gratitude is, the better it's going to go for you. And you will be accelerating the process of manifesting as well. So you write in a gratitude journal, you're doing your meditation. You could do mirror work where you're looking at yourself in the mirror and talking about how amazing your life is and how grateful you are for these accomplishments. There's another way of doing it. You could have affirmation statements that you're affirming every day how grateful you are. It could be general kinds of statements. It could be simple statements of how grateful you are for your awareness, for your confidence, for your faith, for your understanding. It could be simply things like that. And then as you're going about your day, you're continuing to feel this gratitude. Like I'm sitting here right now with you on this call, feeling gratitude. I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful for you being here. I'm grateful for my amazing life. I'm grateful for the clients that we're blessed to serve. I'm grateful for my accomplishments as well. And I have my vision board directly below my desk. I'm grateful for all of that. So you can definitely be doing two things at one time. And of course, my signature methodology, the Power Life Script process, which is a registered trademark of mine. I also have in my Power Life Script a detailed description of the feeling of gratitude. Well, thank you. As someone said, I'm grateful for you, Peggy. The feeling of gratitude for my amazing life and all the things that I've manifested in my life as if they're already done. Feeling as if they're already done. And I have two versions of my Power Life Script. One is a daytime version, which is very upbeat and enthusiastic and filled with great energy. And I also have, still filled with great energy, but a low-key version, a nighttime Power Life Script that I created that I now just push play and it plays while I'm sleeping. And sometimes I'll wake up 4:05 in the morning. It's still going. And I've been in bed since, let's say, 11 p.m. And I've just had 5 hours of great information going directly into my subconscious mind. This is how you reprogram yourself. So I would love to suggest that every one of you make a decision right now that as you connected earlier, as I asked, to that feeling of gratitude, that you are, how can I get a Power Life Script? Go to powerlifescript.com. That even after we wrap up our session today, even after we wrap up this session today, I would love for you to continue to feel the emotion of gratitude, okay? Now, the Power Life Script process, which I've just mentioned, is the one technique that's made the biggest difference in my results. Now, I want you to think about this for a moment. There's an investment in the program. It's not a lot. It's a little amount of money relative to what you will get when you effectively use it. Now, I can't guarantee you're going to get anything if you're not doing it properly, but I teach it. I teach how to effectively create a Power Life Script and how to utilize it. How to utilize it immediately. Everybody on this planet, I believe, should have a Power Life Script. Your children should have a Power Life Script. Everyone that you know should have a Power Life Script, because we are beings that are either getting better or we're getting worse. Nothing stays the same in this universe. Nothing stays the same. And my recommendation would be on the side of improvement. Be on the side of getting better. And the more you can become, the more you can create in your life, the more you can share with others. Like, I truly believe that as I manifest the goals that I'm manifesting in my life, this creates an even greater opportunity for me to serve, right? To serve you. Now, I'm in a business where I'm blessed to constantly, every single day, guide people to create the desirable results that they want in their life. That's what I'm here for. And I'm so grateful for that. As I said earlier, I take this responsibility very seriously, very seriously. So my recommendation is to follow through. It's not enough to just listen or watch the videos or the lessons or whatever. Where you're really going to experience the transformation is in the application. You know, when I first met Bob Proctor in January 1979, that was my introduction to personal development. And I can honestly say to you that I wouldn't be sitting here right now if I hadn't applied what I was learning. Now, this process of creating a Power Life Script came to me in the 90s, and I'll explain why. You see, I was going through a transformation in my life at that time, or a transition, if you will. I had gone through a divorce and I had purchased a home at that time, and I had no idea how I was going to pay for it. But I created an invitation for myself to really step up because I'd been studying at that point, personal development for many, many years. And I had been experiencing some goal achievement blessings in my life. But I was really looking to create a quantum leap. And I really wanted to take my life to a whole new level. And I understood that the same energy to manifest a small goal can manifest a large goal. The same process. It's the same process. In other words, there's no more effort required. And that's a direct quote out of Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. No more effort is required to aim high in life, to demand prosperity and abundance than is required to accept misery and poverty. So knowing that, I created this situation in my life where I really decided I'm stretching. I'm going to stretch myself. And it was one of those events, and maybe you've had them as well, where I just decided no more playing small. No more playing small. I understood enough about the process of creation, the process of manifesting, and then I decided that I'm going to really stretch. Now, I also know that when you're stretching yourself, when you've decided to go for a goal that you've never accomplished before, there's going to be a certain amount of discomfort that's going to go on within you. And this is because the old way of being is conditioned within you. And in order for you to create something new, you have to create a new way of being internally. And so what happens is it creates this conflict inside because you're programmed a certain way. You have certain beliefs within you. And so the moment you decide that you're going to create something else or something significant or something extraordinary in your life, and you decide you're going to go for it, the old belief system is still there. The conditioning is still there. You've got to create a new way of being, a new way of being that's going to support and build the foundation for what you'd like to create. Now, this is going to take some time. And of course, what happens is it's a disruption. It's a disruption in the previous way of thinking and feeling. It's not the way you've been habitually thinking and feeling. So when I decided that I'm making these massive changes in my life, I knew that it was essential to reprogram my subconscious mind, because your subconscious mind is the powerhouse, right? And the potential is within everyone to do amazing things. So in order for me to reprogram my subconscious mind from the enormous amount of studying that I'd done, I realized that I had to put in other words, condition through repetition, only ideas that were in harmony with what I desired. And so this is where the Power Life script idea came from. I wrote a detailed script of my amazing life filled with gratitude, unconditional gratitude, knowing that my desires are already here. They're in my life now. And I wrote the script so that I could see it in my mind's eye, so that I could see it with my imagination. And as long as I continue to do that on a regular basis, repeating this process every single day of feeling it, I'm going to attract it into my life. And it's the feelings that attract, right? That's what attracts. You think the thought, and that sends that idea out into the universe, but you attract it back through what you're feeling in your heart. So there has to be a match here. Your thinking and your feelings have to be aligned with what it is that you desire. But as I said, that way of being is going to try and hold you back. So you have to override it through impressing these new ideas into your subconscious mind. So I wrote out this script, this Power Life script of my amazing life. And then I recorded it with an enormous energy and enthusiasm so that I could feel it. So every time I hear my Power Life script, I'm becoming emotionally involved in that outcome. Now, in the beginning, because it's not the way that I had been previously thinking or feeling, it took a little while to put it in. But think about this. If someone was sick, and let's say their blood was poisoned, and they went to the hospital, well, immediately the medical team, the emergency team, would go to work on eliminating or replacing, the blood or the infection and clean it up, right? Out with the bad, in with the good. Similar type of idea. Now, that may sound overly simplistic, but this is the way it works. Out with the bad and with the good. But really what you're doing is you're putting the good in, you're saturating your consciousness, your mind, and your heart. You're saturating it with these new ideas by repeatedly listening over and over and over and over and over again until you become one with the outcome. Until you feel of unconditional gratitude, knowing your desire is here now. It works. It works for anything. I've used it to attract my husband into my life, Denny, who's a blessing. And I met him 18 years ago. We've been married now just over 15 years. I attracted him into my life. When people said, how are you going to attract him into your life? You rarely go out, you work from home. I was a single mom at the time. I would take my son to hockey and they're like, where do you think you're going to meet him? And here's what I would say. I don't have to know how. You don't have to know how you're going to accomplish something. I bought a house, didn't know how I was going to pay for it. I used my Power Life script to condition my subconscious with the knowing that it was already mine. And I did. I bought that house. I attracted the money into my life. I've used it for my business. I've used it to attract my clients. I've used it for everything that I've created in my life. And you can too. I've used it for health. When I've gone through health challenges to create perfect health in every cell of my body. So it works for anyone and it'll work on anything. But as you know, you have to believe. Whatever the mind of man can conceive, that's an idea entering into your consciousness, and believe he will, or they will, achieve. Now, the challenge that a lot of people have is that they don't believe it. So how do you get to the point of belief? Through the repetition, through your Power Life script. So if you don't have one, go to Power Life script right now, powerlifescript.com right now, and check it out. And you'll discover how to create one. All right, do we have any other questions? All right, so we see, just went through a breakup. I want to attract my person into my life. Would you like me to share with you how to do that? Okay, I'm very happy to do that. So how do you attract the soulmate of your dreams into your life? Well, it's a very simple process as well. Everything that I teach is simplicity so that people understand it and can apply it. So one is you decide what kind of relationship would you love to have? What would that relationship be like? Now, you may write out some characteristics of your significant other, of your partner, things like they value family, that it's a priority in their life, that they're kind-hearted, that they're honest, that they're fun, that they're flexible, that they're easygoing, whatever those characteristics are. And then make sure you're like that, because you're not going to attract somebody who's not like that. Not that you're going to be the same. My husband and I are very different in our ways of being, but yet our values are the same. And that's definitely something that attracted me to my husband. We have the same values. Families first. We're very conscientious. We're very respectful. We're people of integrity. And so those kinds of things is what I'm talking about. And then I want you to imagine, what would it be like were you to be in that wonderful relationship? What would you be feeling like? What would you be doing together? So when I decided it was time to attract my soulmate into my life, I did just that. I talked about, now I didn't just exclude, other areas of my life. I talked about how amazing my life was, and that I had my significant other in my life, and that we're doing lots of wonderful things, and that we're enjoying each other's company, that we're laughing a lot together, that he was a gentleman, and that he treated me kindly, that I respected him, that we had a lot of fun together. And I described our relationship and some of the things that we're doing, traveling together, enjoying staying in luxurious destinations or at luxurious destinations, enjoying holidays together with our family. And not that we, did the same things. Like my husband right now is out on the golf course and I'm here, working, with you. And he plays hockey. He's totally into sports. He's a sportsaholic. Yesterday he played hockey. Today's out on the golf course. He's very active in that way. And I'm very active in my business. Matter of fact, my husband retired, I think around 13, maybe 14 years ago. And he's not into goal stuff, but that's okay. That wasn't important to me that he was into goals. He's a confident guy. He's respectful of me. He believes in what I teach, but I didn't need him to be into goals. But I described what it was like being in a wonderful relationship where I'm free to be me, he's free to be him, yet we're respectful, we're committed to each other, and we're having fun and all of that. And then I met him just out walking my dog one day. But the most important aspect to manifesting my soulmate or manifesting your soulmate is how will you feel when you've attracted them into your life? That's what you want to be focusing on. How are you feeling now that you've attracted them into your life? And when you focus on that, that's when you're going to attract them into your life. Okay, I see we've gone beyond the 30-minute mark here. Just want to check with Jen. Okay, I think I've answered the questions that were here. I want to thank you for joining us today. We really appreciate you. We love serving you. If you're interested in how we may serve you even further, head on over to peggymccall.com. You can check out the many different programs that we have and the different things that we offer, and offer the ability to help you create extraordinary results in your life if you're ready. All right, so I want to thank you, Jen, for being here and for stepping in and helping with getting this all going and setting it all up and with the questions, etc. And thank you, Vladdy, for being here. Vladdy has been on with us today. Vladdy is our success advisor. She's amazing, and I'm so blessed to work with both these lovely ladies. And we're all here to serve you as a team, as a collective team. So I wish you a wonderful day and look forward to seeing you guys again soon. Thank you.